Hi fellow dog fanciers, welcome back to a new video which is probably late and not posted on Friday as I planned, but I have my state exam in a few days, so I had to prepare and I didn't manage to film it in time. Just to say, when I finished filming the video I realized that I left this here, which is making everything so ugly and annoying, but I really don't have the time to refilm, so please ignore it and you can pay attention to sleeping lazy over here instead. A question I see a lot and I get asked very frequently is it a good idea for me to take two whippet puppies instead of just one? And because I have kept not two but three litter mates permanently and not once but twice, I feel like I have some experience with that. So let's talk about it. If you haven't subscribed yet, I will highly appreciate if you do so. My name is Adriana. I am owned by 7 whippets and I make some breed specific videos and also videos on some hot canine and other pet topics. Before we begin, let me know in the comments, do you own more than one whippet at a similar age, and was raising them difficult? Let's get into the video. Let's say you want a whippet, you've done your research, you've written your homework, and you're certain you will go for it. Or you already have a whippet and you're madly in love with the breed, you want to have more, and you're thinking about getting two puppies instead of one this time. Or someone told you or advised you it will be better if you get two puppies and raise them together. If you're new to this channel, let me introduce you to some of my dogs. This is Cooper and Brady. They're 10 years old and they're litter mates, and together with their sister Bailey, who passed away due to an unknown illness, which I am too heartbroken to talk about, are my three keepers from my second litter. And this is Jamie, Ivy, and Ruby, daughters of Bailey and the keepers from my last litter. They are now 3 years old. I've been told so many times by other experienced breeders and whippet enthusiasts, "Woman, you're crazy for keeping 3 puppies, especially bitches." And I know I'm crazy, and so is my whole family for agreeing to this. I would never purposefully advise or encourage anyone else, especially if they're not experienced, to do the same. I will also never give 2 puppies to a home that I know is not experienced enough, no matter how perfect of a home they are. But why? What's the big deal? At first glance, it doesn't sound so bad. They will keep each other company, they will play together, they will be best buddies, and this will decrease the chance of either of them developing separation anxiety or creating trouble whenever you're not home. And now to the cons. To start with, you will have double the cost for everything: food, toys, accessories, vet care, and everything else that a puppy and an adult dog will require. If you've never raised whippet puppies before, they are full of energy, they can be quite wild, and they want things to do every minute of every day except for when they're sleeping. And if you can't give them things to do, they will create entertainment on their own. It will take them just a few days to learn your routine by heart, and they will adjust to it to get in trouble, which they translate as having fun. And with a team of 2 puppies and their naughtiness, you get double trouble. Now imagine you're a child and you have a friend your age that you can spend time with and play with all day, every day. And at the same time, there are some adults that are trying to make you do things with them or for them. If you had a choice, would you prefer to listen to the adults and do things with them, or would you rather continue to spend time with your friend who is your age and has the same mindset as you, and you have created a very strong bond with. Editing me here, I want to make very clear that I'm not comparing dogs with children. Dogs are obviously not children and shouldn't be treated as such. The purpose of this example is to just help you understand my next point a little bit better. This leads me to the next topic, which is the so-called littermate syndrome, which can affect puppies that are raised together and continue to live together beyond the age of 10 to 12 weeks, at which they would otherwise normally leave their home to go to their forever families. And such puppies create a bond so strong that they could lose the ability to be well behaved, normal, functioning, independent dogs. They can also develop behavioral issues such as fearfulness, anxiety, separation anxiety when they're apart, extreme attachment to each other, aggression towards each other when they grow up, and they can be harder to train and work with. And usually these issues escalate once the dogs have reached maturity. In some very extreme cases, either of the two dogs may refuse to eat or interact with everything or everyone else in their surroundings when they are not in the presence of the other dog. The most efficient way avoiding your puppy to develop this syndrome is to just take one at a time. And you will then have better luck with correctly raising a well-behaved, healthy-minded, normal dog. If you, however, absolutely have to get two puppies for one reason or another and keep them forever, some extra effort will be required from your end. You will have to make sure they're paying attention to you and not just to each other. And to do that, you will have to spare a significant portion of your day to spend time with them independently. And that includes separate walks, training sessions, and giving them attention while they're apart. If you instead do everything with both of them most of the time, chances are they will not bond with you that well, because let's admit it, the human is way less interesting when the other puppy mate is around. You will also have to socialize them separately, which means that meets and greets with stranger dogs and people, taking them to new places, and everything else that is included in the process of socializing a dog will have to happen separately for both puppies. If you're planning on crate training them, they will also need separate crates. Basically, even though they are from the same litter or are at a similar age, they're both owned by you and live in your home, they have to be raised as two separate individuals. Whatever you do with one of them, you have to repeat with the other without the presence of the first one. Does everything I said mean that if you take two puppies, they will absolutely have some issue along the way? No, but the chances are high. And does this also mean that if you have two puppies and you do everything correctly, they won't have some sort of an issue? Also, no. Even if you do everything correctly, things might go wrong in some way. With keeping three siblings twice, have we ran into some issues? The first time, not that many. The second time, quite a few, but I will have to leave this for the next video. So are you really willing to put so much effort, which at the end won't guarantee you that you won't have any sort of complications, rather than investing your time to train, love, socialize, and give the best life possible to a single puppy instead? My advice from the bottom of my heart is don't bite off more than you can chew. Instead, here is what I would recommend, especially if you're not an experienced dog owner and if you're not familiar enough with the breed. And please be honest to yourself about your level of experience. Just take one puppy. Get to know the breed in person. Do your very best to raise the Whippet baby into a confident, well-socialized, healthy dog. If you fall in love with the breed even harder and you want to have more, wait for 1.5 to 2 years before you get another one. You will have gained some experience by then, and you will hopefully own a fantastic role model for the new puppy to copy good behavior and confidence from. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll make sure to cover any important points that I might have forgotten in the next video, which will also be on a similar topic. So have a lovely rest of your week. I will see you next week with a new video. Bye bye.